Hey guys, Team Moons here, and this is Kyle, and I'm going to show you today my deck profile for my first place undefeated SHADDOLL Train Kaiju deck. It's a really solid deck. I wasn't running the Kaijus to start with, but I found the deck had a lot of problems going second and getting over kind of really big creatures that you couldn't really get over with any other way in the deck. It's really good when it goes first, but going second, it really needed that Kaiju boost. And since I changed it, I don't think I would ever change it back because the engine is so good. So getting into it, we have your main monster, uh, 3 Night Express Knight. Now he's your best card. He's the heart and soul of the deck. Without him, he doesn't like the deck doesn't do anything. He's a free normal summon, level 10. His attack goes to 0, but it's not really relevant because you're more than likely going to exceed with him anyway. Using your 3 Dare Crane. Dare Crane, when you summon Earth Machine, you can special summon from your hand. He's also a level 10. So that's your bread and butter play. That's what you want to go for more often than not. And for your last train, you're running 3 Ruffian Railcar. When he's sent to the graveyard, you can search for any of your trains, which is very good with your field card, which I'll show you later. Next, we run the SHADDOLL engine. So we got 2 Schemata, 2 Beast, 1 Dragon, 1 Falco, and 1 Hedgehog. I like 7 because I find 8. I was playing 8 or 9 before, and I found it was clogging a lot. You don't really want to open your SHADDOLL monsters. You want to just keep them in the deck more than often. Um, they don't do a whole lot for you when they're in your hand, other than when you have Shikanaga. But your first turn play doesn't want to be set Hedgehog go, because that's not very proactive. Next we have the Kaijus. We have 2 Kumungus and 2 Jiskiru. I play these because Kumungus is an Earth, so you can send him with a SHADDOLL Fusion to summon your Shikanaga. And I play Jiskiru because he's a level 10 machine, which is very relevant in this deck. Because you can exceed with him for Gustav Max and do the 2k damage as a finisher. You can use him with limiter removal for an easy OTK. He's just really solid. Next, you're playing a couple like tech cards. Not a whole lot of people play these, but I definitely think they come in handy a whole lot. This one more than the other, but 2 Exodius. I play this card because you get to recycle all of your SHADDOLLs and all of your trains back to your deck. Because after you go through your 3 Night Express Knight and your 3 Dare Crane, you're kind of out of resources. So this really helps you fuel back all of those. And lastly for the tech, we have a Malefic Cyber End Dragon. If you have a field card, you can remove your Cyber End from your extra to the Banish Zone to special summon a 4k beater who is also a level 10. So there's good synergy there. If you have him in the field card and limit removal, it's like the easiest ODK I've ever seen. So he's pretty good. And lastly, for hand shots, you just run the 2 Maxi because if you don't run Maxi, there's no point to play the game, pretty much. Next for the spells, we have probably the most key card in the deck, the field card, Revolving Switchyard. If you play any less than 3 of this card, you're not playing the deck right. You want to see this opening turn every single game, regardless of situation. It fixes any bad hands, pitching any card to search any card, and it's definitely probably the best card in the deck. And to get those, we have the 2 Terraformings. I don't want to run 3 because it's kind of cloggy. Next, we run our engine cards. We have 2 Slumber. It's like a really good dark hole, and you get the like plus super hard off of it. A lot of people don't see it coming. This is the best thing about it. They'll make their board with their Dark Law, and then they'll just feel like they're set up perfectly, and then you just slumber them, and then it's pretty much GG from there. Next, we have our 2 SHADDOLL Fusions. I was playing 3 before, but I found 3 was clogging. You'll want to see it a couple times because more often than not, you're going to use Shikanaga for an XC rather than just keeping her on the board. And it's recyclable, so. Next, we have a Foolish because we're playing SHADDOLLs. It's also good with Ruffian Railcar. Forbidden Chalice is really good because your Night Express Knight, when he gets summoned, he has 0 attack. But if you summon him and have Chalice set, If they attack into him, damage step Chalice, he's at 3,400. Limit removal because it's a machine deck and the easy OTKs. That's it for spells, and we only run 3 traps. Run the 1 warning, the 1 vanities, and the 1 skill drain. Skill drain goes on the same premise as Forbidden Chalice, but also has the added benefit of affecting everything and like as long as it's on the field. The thing about this deck is you get at really big beaters like 3,200s like every single turn, and if you don't have their effects, it's fine because not many cards are going to be able to get over a 3,200 just by like attacking over it, not using any effects. So it's pretty solid. You can sort it out though; it's pretty easy. For the extra deck, we have 1 Arcanite Magician for your Falco. Same thing with Fairy Dragon. We're relying on our field card, and a bunch of other decks are too, like ABC and that. So if you get this out, you can pop their field card, and you can search your own. So it's pretty good. Cyber End for your Malefic Cyber End. Winda. Then we play 2 Shikanaga. You can recycle these with your Exodius, so 2 is fine. 3 Dora. You go into 3 probably every game if the game goes long enough for that, because he is your boss monster. He's the best card. Your 1 Gustav Max. I kind of want to bump this up to 2 because I do go into it fairly often, like probably more often than most other players go into it. The 2K really hurts. Like if they've already activated a strike or something or a warning, they're already at half their life points if you use that. So it's pretty solid. Sky Palace, because like this card is like really good. The 3,400 is bigger than most cards can deal with, and the extra burn damage is good, and also the spot removal is good as well. And then for our last cards in our extra deck, we're playing the spiders. 2 Tarantula, 1 Pain Gainer, and 1 Seven Sins. 4K beater. His effects are really good. These effects are really good. You go into your Gustav Max, and then burn them for 2,000. Everything else gets 2,000. It's pretty good. Go into it fairly often. Not as much as you go into your trains, but spiders are also pretty good. And for the side deck, we have. Now keep in mind, this side deck is 100% based around my locals. It's not like, I wouldn't call it like a YCS kind of side deck. Like it doesn't have the Ghost Reapers, it doesn't have anti-spells and all that stuff. It's just like strictly for locals. So we got 2 Flying Sea. Came in clutch against Raid Raptors for sure. I think I would have lost if it wasn't for Flying Sea. So that was a good card. Imperial Iron Wall, just the 1. I would run 2 if I had to, but I didn't think about it until last minute. So 2 Chain Disappearance, really good against pretty much every deck at locals here. 2 Malevolent Catastrophe. It's just solid all around against like all the heavy back row decks this format. 2 Mind Crush, all the best decks search. So 3 Pendulum Hole was really good. It's good against Magic Specters. It's good against Metal Foes. All that stuff is great. And lastly, we have 3 Royal Decree. I didn't use it because the person who plays Ritual Beast here didn't play their Ritual Beast this weekend, which is originally what it was in there for. But I don't know, it's good against other back row decks too. Like I wouldn't take it out. I think it's pretty solid. So yeah, that's about it for the train deck here. If you have any suggestions, I'm always open to suggestions, so you can feel free to put them in the comments below, and I'll take a look at it. And I'll do some updates on this if I change it or whatever. So yeah, this is Kyle from Team Moon. Sign it. Thanks.